All right, what do we got here? Hey, everybody.
Hey.
This is our instructor of our culinary program, Chef Stein.
Hey,
I'm just gonna
Chef.
let him talk about his program real quick.
Chefe.
So we have a 2.5-year culinary program at Sava. We go everything from fundamentals of baking all the way up to catering and commercial kitchen usage. You can see the facility here. It is a commercial kitchen setup, so the students are getting experience working with that equipment the same as they would at a restaurant. This is my Culinary 250 class, so they're just finishing the first year in the program. For the first year, we do small groups and it's more home-style cooking, where the second year we really shift into more of a commercial setup. So starting in the next semester, there'll be a sous chef each week that's assigned. They run the kitchen. I don't. I'm just there as a safety supervisor. It's student run. They decide who does what jobs each week, and they run their same position. So like if they're on dishes, it would be for the whole day, the same as if they were at a job at a restaurant. And that rotates every week, so everybody experiences all the different jobs. Our final class is the Culinary 350 class. That class caters 3 events per semester. So we do everything from appetizers and desserts to a full meal, depending on what we need with our community partners or what we do for the school. And the students, that is completely run by them. So they come up with the menu, they come up with the theme, they decide how they're gonna execute it, they decide who's gonna work what shifts, and then they actually work the event and provide all the service for that. So that's at the end of that 2.5-year program. We are partnered with Los Rios Community College District, so we have culinary school at 2 of their colleges, and our students have what they need to go right into culinary school. They're actually earning, they can do like a dual enrollment their last semester and earn college credits and be already in culinary school when they graduate if they want to. But our goal is that they have all the base skills they need, even if they didn't go to culinary school. They're ready for an entry-level job in any kitchen in Sacramento.
How do the students define like who takes lead on what? Is it
So,
organically? Do you
The
provide that?
culinary 300 class, I do the assignments. So there's a schedule there, you can see it. And each week, the who does what jobs rotates. The 350 class, I leave that up to the sous chef. So at that point, they've got those patterns ingrained, and they know to like be fair because they're not going to be the sous chef every week. And if they get on somebody who's on dishes like 2 or 3 weeks in a row, when it's that person's turn, watch out, right? So, but honestly, it doesn't usually come out. By the time they get to that part of the program, they're so used to working with each other as a team. They've got those bonds built, and they're pretty fair with everybody. And a lot of people will pitch in anyway, even if they're not on dishes. If it's backed up, you'll see people just come over and start helping. Things like that.
And we opened this in January of this year.
This kitchen.
Oh, yeah, that
For
new.
the last,
Wow.
5, 6, 7 years, Chef's been next door in a real small room with apartment-style kitchen setup, teaching kids basics,
like home
health,
ec style.
nutrition.
Ahora.
Yeah, and so this has been great to have
Nice.
a kitchen really getting kids ready for a job.
Awesome. So, what's that mean in terms of careers? You got the pipeline set up for La Mayagüez or something?
Well, so actually our next step, Summer and I and our CT administrator, Rakita, we're building out an internship package to present 2 different.
Start doing the outreach. It's a very new program.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
have a
not
lot
even
of
a year.
partners built up. We'll do smaller, like job shadows, that kind of thing, or guest speakers. But we've struggled getting internships because a lot of companies just don't have it structured.
Well,
right,
there's
so
an
that-
age cap for kitchens.
Yeah.
Most kitchens don't want anybody under 18 for liability reasons. So
yeah, it makes
finding
sense.
those entry-level positions for under 18 is kind of tricky. We do have like a job shadow partner though. We were in working with their banquet kitchen for a day so the students could experience what a real banquet-style kitchen functions as. That was at the Hyatt Regency downtown. So having those community partners helps a lot with those exposures, even if we can't get an internship in.
So we have the partner base built up, but now what we're doing is creating an internship package so we can go to our partners and say, this is how it could look. How do we want to tweak it to make it best for you? So we have something to deliver to them and present.
And if you're looking at starting these things, like you're seeing the end product of 10 years of work, it was never like this polished to begin with. We started, I was on a folding table with little like gas burners when we first started while that kitchen was under construction.
Yeah, wow.
With one class, and I was teaching one class 1 day a week, and we've grown it into, now there's 2 of us full-time chef instructors. We've grown it into a 2.5-year program. The community partners, the outreach and everything, the community service projects that we do has all built up over those 10 years.
So the community partners, it's I mean, it can't happen without it, right?
No.
That seems to be like the ongoing theme, for all of these foci.
The support of our community is what's built this program. We couldn't have done it without that community support base.
So what was your experience prior to coming to Saba?
I have a lot of different experience. most recently has been as a chef, but I was in the military for 8 years. I was a salesperson before that. I've worked in construction, so a varied background. As a professional chef, though, when I got out of the military, I used my GI Bill to go to culinary school. I worked fine dining in San Francisco and Napa Valley. Wasn't really my calling, my passion. I like more comfort food and more like down to earth stuff. I have a friend I went to school with. She opened her first restaurant. I helped her open that. It was like charcuterie and everything from scratch. We made all of our cheeses and breads in house.
Wow.
When I finished working with her, I started my own company. I was making barbecue sauces and spice rubs and selling them at farmers markets and grocery stores. Around the time I was like hitting a wall with the growth on that, I had a friend who was a teacher here. They were just starting this culinary program. I came in as a favor just to talk about what maybe a culinary program could look like. At the time, Maury was the principal, and he was like, "I love that vision. When can you start?" So when I started, it was 1 day a week. I was still running my company. I came out on Fridays. I was living in the East Bay. Came out on Fridays and taught a class. I'll be right there. And then it grew. I went back to school, got my credential so I could be a full-time teacher, and program just keeps
Boom. Yeah, nice. Awesome. Thank you. It was great.
I think the other thing that's important too is like on the employer side, a lot of employers don't want to take young interns or even like freshman, sophomore college interns because there's a lot of hand holding, right? There's a lot of like, oh, I got to teach you the basics. I got to show you how to dress for success, right? I got to show you how to use the competency. There's a lot of hand holding. And so I think a lot of the businesses and organizations look at it as a resource suck, right? Man, it's gonna take me half an FTE to get this intern to where they need to be.
Yeah.
But doing something like this where they're prepped and they know how to behave, they know how to work around the kitchen, then it's like you plug and play.
Yeah, plug and play. That's what I thought I was.
Foundation skills. We can give them that when they're 18. Options are endless, right? College, additional schooling in the industry, full-time work, they're ready.
They could even go to university and get a job on the side where they're getting a good salary, and because right now the struggle is trying to pay for college, right?
Well, and more than just a job on the side, something with upward mobility.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Where you graduate and then you're the managing chef now.
Well, and I mean, to what you were saying, Jaime, that internship package, what we're going to also do is have workshops built in place. So if you're going through an internship, you also have to attend these workshops that, they're going to focus on some of those soft skills. We're going to focus on making sure their resume is built out. So some of those pieces, then that doesn't fall on the employer. The employer can shift and just focus on like, hey, I need you to know this to stay with us for the next 4 weeks.
Yeah, we'll do soft skills, they do the hard skills.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this is our middle school program. So we have 7th and 8th grade students here. Really for us, our middle school program didn't expand until after COVID, where in our community we found a big need to have something different for our middle school community. So here in our Elk Grove and our Twin River sites, we actually expanded into middle school. Right now we have almost 100 middle schoolers coming, but we do project-based learning. So what that means, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with what that means.
Break it down.
All right. So what that means is you have your core subjects, you have your math, history, English, and science. And what they do is they get some instruction in all those core subjects, but then they come together and they use that knowledge to do a project, a hands-on project that benefits either the community, it maybe looks at careers, it's really tied to their interests. So they're showing their knowledge and their skills through that hands-on learning. One of the other things for the first time this year that we've incorporated into middle school is down there we've got a makerspace, and over here we have a CTE lab.
Nice.
They at the middle
So
school
for those that
level-
don't know, what's a CTE lab?
So career technical education, and for middle schoolers it's a lab so that they can explore all of the pathways that they're going to have the opportunity to go into in high school. So we really want them to, instead of doing the exploration in high school, we want to bring it down to middle school so that they're getting a taste of culinary, they're getting a taste of our auto program, they're getting a taste of our fashion design program, so that they can see, okay, this is the one that interests me. That's the pathway I want to actually focus on when I jump into 9th grade or 10th grade. So we're really making that a focus in our middle school program.
Nice. Could we check out the makerspace?
Yeah, let's go. There's some kids in there.
Yeah. Let's check it out, folks. Let's check it out.
I love the video. Our first time that we have a gym.
Nice.
So that's really fun. We have we do offer sports. Here, it's like the focus up first. Middle school participates in 3 sports: volleyball, basketball, and flag football. High school, we have we're in a basketball league. And we're in a soccer league, and we do ultimate frisbee. So having this gym and this time is huge for our students.
Nice.
Floor is built by the company that did the floor for the Sacramento Kings.
Oh, is that
So
right?
it's yeah,
For free 99, or they charge you?
it cost a little bit.
That'd
but
been
we
good if
wanted
they
to
did.
make it nice, you know.
Yeah, even though
If you build it, want to build it well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Only the best. So that's for the laptops. Nice. It's cool having a bunch of windows, you know. It don't make it seem so.
Not so boxy.
I know. So in here we've got for our maker space. I mean, we have a T-shirt printer, we have a CNC machine, we have 3D printers. So our students are really getting some of that hands-on experience with, diving into making and creating.
So are they designing something?
They were doing ornaments, but I'm not 100% sure what he's doing right now. I'm trying to figure.
Using the CNC machine.
Looks like planning and development. Huh? No, it looks like urban planning right there.
But they
Got a
all
little house
also
on
at
it.
one point created their own logo. They put it on a T-shirt. So like kind of learning some of those entrepreneurial skills that you may need if you want to like jump in and own your own business or do your own thing. So it's a great transition.
This is awesome video because I see your image and you're speaking and I see him. This is like artistic, Do you guys do any video, video production?
We have a TV and recording studio where we have that as a pathway. So
Nice.
that is in the beginning works. This is like our first full year of implementing that. But it's going. We'll
Nice.
show it.
Let's
to
go
you
check
over
it
there.
out.
You guys were talking about renovation. So this building we opened up in January, but it was like just a warehouse.
A shell of a space.
Yeah, so, and they had like a gym in the front and like the basics of a kitchen, but this whole back side was warehouse. So
It's like a,
That's a great way to repurpose, huh?
yeah,
Industrial facilities.
yeah. Oh, for sure. Yes. One of our other schools right now, they're renovating an old California Family Fitness gym as an extension of their school site too. So it's the same thing. We find these big warehouses that have been sitting empty, and it's like, well, we can
Make it something.
renovate and make it into.
Right now, this is our agricultural pathway in class. They're over on the middle school side because we just renovated a new classroom for them that actually got final stamped and completed as of Monday. So it is done. But yeah, as you can see, like we jump into animal science, we do plant science, we do farm to fork. They've got chickens hatching in there.
In where?
Right in that.
In here?
In here, yeah.
Oh, wow.
One hatched yesterday while I was happened to be talking
What?
to Natalie. So.
Look at the chicken.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's go check them out. Yeah. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Who knew you could do ag in a classroom like
Yeah,
this, right?
exactly.
They're all in here.
Oh, wow. This is
Natalie,
awesome,
you want to tell them a little bit
man.
about your pathway?
Yeah. So this is the agri-science pathway. The class we have in here is animal science. It's foundations of animal science. Right now, the students are actually creating an aquaponics unit with betta fish and peace lilies. So that's what they spent this morning doing and learning about aquaculture. We also offer a foundations of plant science class, hence our giant light cart over here. We offer floral design, animal science, and farm to fork as well. So we got a lot of stuff happening in here right now. I promise no one died. Those are not anyone's funeral arrangements, but we did. People were like, "Is everything okay?"
Yeah, that was my first.
No, yeah. Our floral class actually did special occasion projects, and then they also did sympathy flowers yesterday, because that's a huge part of the industry. So they got both sides of the spectrum. It was kind of intense, but yeah.
Nice.
So Yeah, we can still
Some
baby
of,
chicks.
some of the expansion that we're doing for this program is in the back here, we're going to be adding a greenhouse.
Yes.
So we'll be able to expand into that and make sure that, we're continuing to grow this pathway. So, and then with her new facility, we'll be able to keep it rolling.
So we'll
This is
have
amazing.
the new facility over there I'll be sharing with culinary. And then back here we'll be putting in a shade house, greenhouse, and teaching area so that we could do some horticultural projects, some garden beds, and set up kind of a community garden. I think it'll be really cool. So we're working towards that right now.
And that could work into the culinary, right? The community
Absolutely.
garden.
Yeah, and it really ties into farm to fork too. That's why we have these, is because we use whatever we grow in farm to fork. So we do canning, we do pesto, we make strawberry jam, we do all sorts of fun things. So
Beautiful. Thank you. And what was your name?
thanks for coming in, you guys.
What's your name?
Natalie Valencia.
Mucho gusto. Thank you.
Mucho gusto.
Awesome work. Adios, everybody.
All right. Okay, so make sure your area's good.
We're gonna head this way. We're gonna. I know we kind of talked about this is our main building, but we do have an offshoot of a suite over here that we wanted to show you. I think one of the cool things about us is because we set up in an industrial park.
Yeah.
We can, if a suite opens and we need more room or we're growing, guess what?
That's right. I
We're
forgot
gonna
to count
expand.
this one in our square footage.
Oh,
So
nice.
Actually, about 55,000 square feet.
Wow,
Come,
wow,
come
wow.
back in summer, we'll be at 60.
Damn, man. So how do the kids get here?
Most kids use public transportation. We do have a bus line that's right here on the corner, so that's a high traffic area that they come in. And then, I mean, like middle school is mostly their parents are dropping them off. The high school is mostly that public
The usual,
But there is free rides with RT in Sacramento for students.
Good,
So it
good.
doesn't cost them anything.
That was,
They do
that was
need
gonna be a
public
question.
transportation.
That's
We
great.
also- we have
And that way they get used to public transportation, and then they use it as adults, and then keep it relevant, right?
Yep. We have 6 campuses across Sacramento for Sava. And we have different pathways at every campus. And as a school, we purchased a number of SUVs. And if you attend our Elk Grove campus, but you want to take our EV class up here in Sacramento, we'll transport you for every class. So we
Nice.
provide that internal transportation as well from campus to campus.
Nice. We're one of the services we give through Green Rateros, our electric vehicle rideshare, is take kids to college and university,
I love it.
the community college and to Fresno State. We haven't had any that wanted rides, have needed rides to UC Merced, but we're definitely,
How far is UC Merced from here on?
from here on probably 2 hours.
Okay, so a little ways.
Yeah.
We
But
also
we could do it.
There's a rideshare company for schools called Hop Skip Drive.
Oh, is that right?
And so we just got that approved through our board of directors to be able
Nice.
to utilize them.
Nice.
We have a number of students that maybe they don't live near public transportation. We pay for that ride share through Hop Skip Drive for them to get picked up from home, brought to school and back.
Do they use electric vehicles?
They do not. Well, it's just like
They
Uber.
they
You
should,
know.
man. They should.
So we don't have a class currently happening. Some of our classes this week, we have, they're doing work at home because our teachers are at a career technical education conference that's happening in Phoenix, Arizona these next few days. So they're getting to bring back some really great learning. So this pathway here, we do fit and rec. And as you can see, like this is the fitness side of things where we've got the weights, we've got the equipment. They do a lot of CrossFit to start off with. And then as they move through the progression, that 300 level class creates workouts for the lower level class. So they're getting that experience. And then
Nice.
you come back here, the recreation side, which is, on these walls. So we've got paddle. So usually there's at least once a week there's field trips, and we take our kids out into the community, into the wilderness that surrounds
Nice.
our area.
Nice.
So we've got paddle boards to go out on the river. We have whitewater rafts.
Oh,
where
there
they
you
actually
are.
go rafting on the American River.
And get certified.
And get certified. I was just gonna say that. And
Wow,
get certified.
wow.
There are 250 students go through whitewater rescue certification and get certified in that. So we're just building skills that they can either use after high school or just use in their life, but
Yeah,
hopefully
yeah.
to get them on that recreation pathway.
And they're familiar with it, you know, and if they're certified, even better.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they'll be doing it for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, whether it's
healthy
their job
living,
by themselves, healthy living. Yep.
and they'll influence others in their neighborhood, you know,
And
to
a lot of this pathway is grant funded, right? So
Mm-hmm.
students don't pay a dime for any of the equipment, any of the trips. We cover it all. We use a lot of our base funding or our LCAP funding,
Mm-hmm.
in addition to all the grants that Summer and Ashley spend a lot
Nice,
of time
nice.
writing.
And the
Right on.
students completely run all the inventorying and planning for those trips. So
Nice.
they get everyone fitted with the boots. They do it all.
Well, some of our students, I mean, never have seen the snow when we take them snowshoeing. You know,
So,
they
and
would
you-
have never even tried, you know, to, you know, whitewater
on a
rafting or get on a bike. Like, so it's for this pathway. Yes, we want them to possibly go into a career, but it's also just that exposure, like you said, that healthy living, that SEL need. Like, you get out, breathe some fresh air. Be exposed to some of those recreation activities that you can do.
Because a lot of times you could be an hour away from a beautiful space, but doesn't mean you're able to go to it. I mean, the first time I went to the mountains, it was only because I was in the Boy Scouts.
Right, yeah.
Our parents never took us. Did your parents ever take you to the mountains?
No, I think, you know, like we talk about it, is like our family sometimes, well, depending on your background, but it's like, you're always on this like survival mode. You go home, you work, you go home and rest. Work, go home and rest. And there's not that like sort of space in your head to just go on a hike or go to the mountains, go to the ocean just for the sake of just being there, you know, unless there's a specific purpose. And it's not until you're introduced to like to activities like this, and then you appreciate it. You're like, oh my God, like as Ray saying, like I grew up in the foothills next to Sequoia National Park, right? Literally like foothills, the
And-
mountains start
under an hour,
like
boom,
down.
you're there.
But we never really went unless it was first time it was with a group, but as a family it was not that. And now with students being able to like, you know what, we did this, I liked it, let's do it again, or more so with their families. when they
Yeah,
get there.
bring the family. I think one of the cool things is we do also take our students to Yosemite,
Yeah.
and they get to. They're there experiencing it, but they talk to all the different people that have careers there or seasonal work there.
Yeah.
So they get to see some of those opportunities that they might not have been aware of. That, hey, if this is something that they enjoy,
Enjoy nature,
there's a job out there for you that
There's
you can do,
housing.
and there's housing.
Right,
that's
right,
like,
right.
If you feel stuck, you know, like it's a perfect place to just be able to get out, because housing, you know, you don't need transportation. You're there, you're working, you're getting paid. It's all combined.
Yeah, maybe you touched on something about education that maybe sometimes we get wrong, because a lot of times you tell students you're here to get a job, right? This is the message you always get. You're here because you got to learn how to do math, how to do writing, because you're gonna get so you can get a job, and that's important, right? But the conversation about what is it that you enjoy, what brings joy to your life, passion. I think, yeah, like those conversations were had early in life. As you say, like if you enjoy being in nature, is that career path you can go through to be in nature. If we had more of those instilled in our education, because then our financial well-being would always be this byproduct of this joy, the passion that we have, right? And it seems to always be the end goal as opposed to the byproduct. And yeah, very seldom I think education. Sometimes we do a disservice because we just say
It's
this-
backwards.
Yes, you know, because this is what I think. And I working at the college with my students, I would always say like, let's talk about all these paths. So students, I can't draw. But then I say like, but you always appreciate art, right? And she was like, yeah. So you know, you can be a gallery manager. You could help. You could be a curator.
Yeah.
And then I happened to go to Long Beach, and she transferred to Long Beach. And then I asked, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh, I'm doing that. You know, our conversation kind of sparked that. Yeah, I'm helping to curate a campus. So, anyways, yeah, like as I always tell students, you know what? If you get that job you enjoy, like very seldom will you ever look at the clock. And then your boss will notice that you're the last one out because you're enjoying it, first one in, and you'll get that promotion, but it'll always be this byproduct because you're so focused on that thing. So.
Do you love what you're doing?
I mean, I say because I love art, so I was like,
Well, we would say it too because we love what we do.
Yeah, our job should be help students find their passion and values, and then knowing that, help connect them and learn the skills needed to be successful in a career that ties to their passion and values.
Which is what you guys focus on.
That's what we try to do.
Boom. Okay, cool.
Keep walking.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Man, I didn't go hiking or riding a bike like for fun, you know,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
because I had to, right?
Yeah,
I think that I was in college.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because Saturday and Sundays to buy groceries and do the laundry, right? So
Right.
they had those.
All the projects, maybe you got to build a fence. It's like you're always doing something that's going to save you money. Save you money or make you money because it's like it's not enough of what you're making in the week, right?
When we camp, we did a family get together.
Here we are at Sava. Got Maury here. Maury Elliott. Great tour. There's a lot of traffic, huh? Why?
Traffic.
Is that
It's,
every day?
Every day. This road's busy.
Wow.
We have to tell our kids, like, be safe, man. Crossing these roads, use the crosswalks. Careful when you're pulling out. There's been a number of accidents over my 15 years here on this road.
I'm noticing a lot of diesel, heavy duty diesel.
Yep.
Hey.
So the Powering Corridor is a huge manufacturing corridor for Sacramento. So a lot of trucking, a lot of building, a lot of creating. If you had, you could pick your camera right down there and you can see it's just manufacturing plants.
Oh, I can see back there. Yeah. So, all these diesel trucks is making me think about the PM 2.5, the pollution. You guys got air quality monitors?
We don't, but we are currently working with the Air District in the city of Sacramento, and we're developing an air quality curriculum for high school. The curriculum is going to be bringing in air monitors, teaching kids how to use them, how to read them,
How to build them?
project, how to build them, put them in the community, and how to understand the environmental impact of our school region.
We're doing some of that under AB 617.
Okay.
Yeah, we got about 21 air quality monitors out in Kings County on the west side of Fresno County.
Okay.
And we're going to be dispatching another 10 monitors that are different type. And we're trying to get the STEM students involved.
Yeah. We'll have to share our curriculum with you once it's done.
Oh, that'd
the
be
goal.
beautiful.
We're building it obviously for Sava, but for the city of Sacramento, who will then pass it out to other high school students.
Nice. Oh, that'd be awesome. Cool. You got to take a tour to Huron so I can show you that space.
I'd love to. Yeah, let's do it. And you can see, I'd love to brainstorm with you just how to.
Yeah,
This
this
is
is
fun,
going to be
right?
fun. This is
Because
going to be fun.
When we opened in 2007, this building right here was our only building,
Yeah.
and then the rest of this, suite by suite by suite,
Nice.
over about a 2-year span.
So where are we going now?
More classrooms.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you'll see our independent study hybrid model. Students are on campus 2 to 4 days a week. When they come to campus, one day they'll meet with their teacher of record who works with them to go through all of their core curriculum. And then the other days may be intervention courses, maybe CTE courses, whatever fits their educational plan.
Do you want to see like a classroom setup versus CTE? Or is that like something that's interesting?
Let's check it all out.
Okay. We'll go into B1 as one of our cohorts. Good. We've got in here set up as a cohort, so we've got 3 to 4 teachers in here, and so our students come in a 3-hour block to one of their appointment times, and this is the time where they're connecting with their teacher, they're looking at tests, they're getting instruction, and they're like, this is what I'm doing back here.
Nice and warm.
So again, students back here. We've got a 9th and 10th grade cohort. This is our 10th grade cohort. Hey, Paula.
Morning.
How are you? And so they are getting instruction from our teachers, but then they have to do some of their work on their computer program. We use our LMS called Edgenuity. So they'll get some instruction with the teachers, then they do some of the work on Edgenuity, and then they'll come back the next week with X amount done, and we'll continue that instruction.
Keep on working on it.
Yeah, so every kid has their own schedule. So even if you look at this board right here, these are all students, and every student has a different schedule. Like you can see Leah's in ag, but then, you know, next Harmony and Dylan are photo. So what are their needs? They have to come to this, and then beyond that, what are you interested in terms of pathway? And maybe doing work on Edgenuity for math isn't your strength. So we do offer live math classes. So they may come here for their teacher appointment, they may go to auto Tuesday morning, and then they may come back Friday afternoon to do integrated math too. You know, so what are the student needs? How can we put up their specific schedule to meet those needs?
Nice.
So that's the kind of junior college type model.
College, university model. If it works for them, why wouldn't it work for
us?
you know?
Yeah, definitely.
So case management, how do you guys like do that?
So each of our teachers has a caseload of about 28 students.
So each teacher is basically also a case manager.
Each teacher is a case manager, so they have 28 students. If they teach a live course, so let's say one of our teachers has students, but he also teaches a math course, well, we're going to reduce his caseload down to 25 because he also teaches a live course. So we kind of have a formula to do that. We do have like a math teacher who only teaches live courses, so it kind of depends on the need of the campus and the students, and then we can kind of adjust how many students they can take on versus anything else. Do you want to show them the studio, Marty? Or?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Studio, this is a TV, a video production? Nice. Hey now.
Or you get some. All right, a visitation.
All
Yay!
right. What do we got here?
We are actually putting together a proposal for a movie
What?
right now, and actually, Madison is trying to put together a little feel for it, and basically is going to write a script right now, just a short script. So we're writing that. But here, do you mind if we take a look at this? Oh, you?
Yeah.
He's the one
Cool.
checking us
All
out.
right.
So we're coming up, and actually,
A breakdown
Greg
sheet.
over there has come up with a
Thank you.
motorcycle scene, and so this is where this is called thinking big, and that's where you meet with people and try to get them to invest in your movie. And of course, I used to do that for recording and get money like that. So they're got a nice. Did you want to take a look at that, or?
I'm good right now, but I mean, one of the pieces of this is that we also partner with PBS.
Yes.
Public Broadcast System, and so our students can go there. They get trained. They can check out their equipment. We also have some equipment now that we have that they can use. So it's a really great program.
Yes,
Nice,
and
nice.
it's public access is so supportive of us, and they were training us from the bottom up, like they were tossing cords and stuff like that. And you want to take a quick look at the?
I think we don't have time to jump
Let me
all
just
into
check it all
I think-
No, I was just going to show just a quick thing. Boy, thanks for stopping by. Wow, summer. I did, while I have you here, that sub, that's a sub that we own.
Oh, they got different types of backgrounds.
Yeah, but we have two of them.
Okay.
So we might be able to get away with these, but I've got to call in the skips for that. And oh, she's ahead of the class a little bit, so she gets to come in and play a guitar. She actually
Nice. Hello. This is awesome.
Thank you, John.
Thank you,
All
John.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
All right. What you want to get a quick shot of that? Or did you get that?
I got some
There
of
it is. It's
Yeah.
not up right
Boom.
now, though.
Nice, nice.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot for stopping by.
Thank you, John.
And then we have manufacturing happening.
Oh, it's culinary again.
That's the old culinary now. That's going to be our ag room. It's just,
Nice, nice. This is the medical?
This is medical. So our model is unique. So for our career technical education classes, each course happens once a week for a 3-hour block. So we model it after a community college setting where you come once a week for your class. You can obviously take multiple classes, multiple pathways if you want to, but it creates flexibility for students so they don't have to be here every day. They can have a job on the side. They create a schedule during the week where they're going to be on campus approximately 12 to 15 hours, and they build it to meet their specific needs.
Nice. Awesome. Looks like a clinic. Speaking of, do you guys have a clinic on campus?
A clinic?
Yeah.
No, we do not.
That'd be a good one,
Yes,
huh?
we've actually talked with some partners about it, but have not got there yet.
That's a sheet metal folder.
Yeah, sure.
How's it going? Ray Leon, nice to meet you.
Yeah, so we basically have a series of machines for the students to experiment on. This is a robotic arm right here. Careful with your step right there. We program this arm to put blocks away and different functions like that. I can do manual movements. Demonstrate some movements right here. Click the axis and move the axis there. And I teach the students to program this so they can pick up blocks and put blocks away. We were just getting ready to test this out and do some assessments today.
So that'd be like the manufacturing. That would happen in manufacturing,
Exactly. So we teach them manufacturing automations. They can do different automation processes and programs and that kind of thing.
Wow, it's heavy duty.
And over here we have a plasma cutter. So what we do here is teach the students to cut metal. And a lot of times we're cutting shapes and forms out of materials like aluminum and steel. Yeah. So this
Pretty
right
clean,
here.
huh? Pretty clean.
Yeah,
cuts.
yeah. Let me get a part for you so
Saba.
you can see what the cuts we made.
It's with water, man?
No, this is with a plasma torch.
Oh,
Saba.
It's like a welding.
It's a plasma torch.
oh, okay.
Nice. Wow. This 1/4 inch.
Yeah, 1/4 inch. And this is my latest Saba side right here.
Nice. Hold it up to your chest.
He's like, yeah, it should be like a bleed.
Hey,
That's pretty nice, right? I like
Awesome,
that.
awesome.
Yeah, students love this. So a lot of times the students will do like their names or their initials or something. And
Yeah.
they really like taking keepsakes home with them.
Nice, nice.
And the steel is impressive because aluminum is really light. What I can show the students is the difference in weight and density when it comes to the steel versus the aluminum. Like it's so light, you really wouldn't notice it.
Mhm.
What's your finger? It's a little sharp.
Oh yeah, it is. It's aluminum, really
It's
light.
very light. You almost don't even feel it. It's amazing. But if you feel the steel, it's got some serious weight to it.
Right.
So the students right here, this is one of the steel pieces.
Angel. Nice. Thank you.
All right, and then we have a machine over here. This is a lathe.
Metal lathe?
Oh yeah, exactly. A CNC lathe. So what this machine would normally do is cut aluminum blocks, aluminum like this.
Cylinder.
Exactly. We're gonna put this in the chuck right here, and then the tools right here would come in and cut. And I can give you a demonstration of how the machine functions. We have a warm-up program, which just moves the machine around so it can warm up in the morning. Turn this down. You can see how it automatically functions without an operator standing there moving it around. What we do is we program this machine to move forward and backwards and cut metal in there.
So how do you design the piece that you want to create into a product?
Very good question. This is a computer program software we use that actually designs that. And that's what this class was one of the classes that does. Over here, we have a bunch of computers. Could you pull up the software that we use on your computer so that we can check it out real quick? And what the students do is, all the students have access to this software that the industries use. And they learn how to program, manipulate, create things on the software that they run right here. And Fusion 360 is an industry. What they do is Fusion 360 allows us to use it for free, so that the students can learn how to use the software. So when they go to get a job, they can use it at that job.
Nice.
All right. So go ahead and call up one of the parts. Go to one of the file opens. And this is the part we were just doing today. It was a final project. I don't really do tests, but I wanted to have like the skills thing, right? To make sure they actually could do something. The idea here was we wanted to put a 1/4-inch hole in the corners so we could hang this up on the wall. All right. So he programmed it so that each 1/4-inch hole was a 1/4 inch away from each edge on the software there. And the theory is we could then put it on the mill over there and pop the holes in here so they could take it home and hang it up on their wall.
You know, I downloaded Tinkercad.
Okay.
And so it's kind of like the same thing, but that's like the professional thing right there,
This
right?
is the professional.
The heavy duty.
Yes. So when they go out to the world, it's the exact same software. they use
Yeah,
right
they're
here.
totally familiar with it and they're ready to go.
That's right.
And I'm sure the employer appreciates that,
They
right?
do. Yes, they really do.
Again, they don't have to hold their hand through it. They've arrived with the platform.
Yes.
Nice, nice.
Thank you.
Awesome. Right on, brother. Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you. Yeah. Have
All
a-
right.
have a good
Just
day. Thank you. No
look us up on HBO. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's a metal bending sheet metal.
Behind my studio is a bunch of like
Industrial equipment? Are they selling it?
This is our first,
You selling
our
it?
real first year implementing manufacturing.
Yeah.
Our instructor started
Get
partway
prices.
through the year last year. So building up that pathway with student buy-in and interest, and we're starting to get more and more students to realize, like,
will.
watch your step here, what manufacturing is. It's that exposure piece, and how that can translate to jobs that are really relevant right now.
Yeah. And maybe we get an entrepreneur out of there that creates a company in the
Yeah,
neighborhood.
let's do that too. So, no students here today are instructors at that conference, which is a little bit of a bummer, but you'll get to
I got jackets. Uh-oh, here it is. Here it is. Oh no. Check it out, Victor.
64 and 5, and then you can see our.
So you guys getting the motors out of that one over there?
No, that's just another vehicle that we're using for student curriculum and instruction. But we've had to purchase a lot of things for this vehicle.
Wow.
Purchase the batteries.
Yeah, we
All
actually,
custom.
the batteries we purchased back about 4 months ago, with the weight of the frame, we were only going to have a range of about 40 to 50 miles. Just last week, we got word that there are new batteries available, cost a little money, but our range is now going to be 120 miles.
Oh, that's
which
better.
is huge.
Way
I mean,
better.
Now, we can really, now it's real.
Yeah.
40, we were a little disappointed.
How much were the batteries?
The batteries are going to run about $50,000.
I used to do
Yep.
But they'll last.
They'll last forever.
Decades,
And again, 120 mile range with the car that weighs what this is going to weigh. I think we more than doubled the weight of the car because the frame is reinforced so that it can bounce.
And it's all metal. It's
yeah.
it's not plastic. It's not fiberglass.
No, weighs a lot.
It's all metal.
Yep. Hoping it's done January, February. We are we're getting close.
We're gonna have to cruise it in Huron.
Yeah, we can make it down to Huron.
Yeah.
It's out of a legend in Mexico.
Where's the electric motor at?
Where is the motor? And we've got it somewhere.
So you guys have to. This is customized, huh? Customized frame.
Yeah, but it'll sit right here.
When we go over to the California Mobility Center, you'll meet Ash, who is our lead engineer, comes into class with the kids and did all the
all
entire
chrome.
build out, all the calculations. Oh yeah, we got the
I
chrome.
love the chrome.
Yep.
Check this out, Ray. Look at that gold flake right there underneath. It's a Sava.
Órale. That's awesome.
All the little details.
Yeah, that's what makes it happen.
And I told them, I said, this thing's got to do three-wheel motion. Because it can't just go, airbag up and down. I said, 'cause the lowrider community, they ain't going to adopt it. You know what I'm saying?
It's got a wave.
It's got
a wave.
That's right.
It is awesome.
I'm bummed that there's no class today with our teacher out at the conference, but
Oh yeah.
it's all right.
Nice.
I mean, I think one of the
Welding.
funnest things that my favorite experience from this project is when we were looking at doing this, we had people from the Lowrider Commission bring their cars, and then the guy who sold us this brought this, and we were out in the parking lot, and students and teachers just came out
To look at it.
to look at it, and their jaws just dropped. They're like, "What is this? What is this for?" And students were like, wait, you guys are going to buy this and we're going to get to work on it? And just from that one moment of like showcasing it, we had so much student buy-in and interest. And they were just in awe that they were going to get to do something like this with a 64 Impala that is relevant in their community and relevant to the workforce that's coming out with the whole green energy movement.
Right,
so
right.
They were stoked from day one.
Nice,
It was
that's
a hook,
awesome.
You know?
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing the final product.
Same, me too.
And cruising it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So our plan is our Natomas campus, which we're just now picking up an additional 40,000 square feet in Natomas. We are starting next semester a green energy pathway. So we are, our engineer on this project is becoming one of our teachers, which is amazing. And we are going to continue to buy some classic cars for the next few years and convert them.
Nice,
and then we
nice.
are also, part of that pathway, we'll be looking at one of the things that we learned was, you know, what the green energy movement needs in terms of, you know, charging stations and different pieces are electricians. So we're working with SMUD to create an electrician pathway so that our students can get the skills and go straight into that. So
Beautiful.
those are the two areas that we're starting with.
Yeah. Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really exciting.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Is that the electric motor? It is. huh?
No, it's not.
It's a gas motor, or what is it?
It might be at CMC because we've got the bench and stuff, but
Oh yeah.
it's small, right? It's like the motor's like
It's like a coffee can, a big coffee
it's
can.
like super small.
Nice.
That'll be good though. Oh, we just the green
the
energy
watering.
grant that they applied for SWP this year. We got it.
Oh, cool.
They
Boom.
haven't given out the funding amount yet, but we're we asked for $750,000, and usually we get pretty close to fully funded. So that'll be all for Natomas.
Awesome.
We just
Awesome.
picked up 40,000 square feet at our Natomas campus.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Good.
Wow. So how many campuses total?
4 big campuses like this, and then 2 small resource centers.
Oh,
So
nice.
the resource centers have about 30 students at them, but our bigger campuses have, you know, anywhere from 200 to this campus, which is the biggest, 450.
Wow. Thank you, sir.
We'll do one more stop. And then we can head back and chat some more.
You know what? We should take a picture with the Impala one. Let's go back. We'll take a picture after we finish up. We'll take a group picture.
This whole side of the wing is.
Luckily, you got the skeleton key.
So when we first moved in over here, Ray, we had Power and Alliance was in the corner suite. We had Dish Network in the middle suite. We had Dewey Pest Control over here. We had a hot tub company here, and a wheelchair repair facility in this building.
Oh wow!
And so those were our neighbors. And, over time, we slowly
Little by
took
little,
over leases.
like Pac-Man, gobble gobble.
And on the way back, something happened.
So again, our construction teacher is at the conference, but this is our construction lab. You got our learning area, and then over here, kind of once you pass this threshold, you got to have the safety equipment and everything. But if you come check this out.
Where the lights at?
You guys see a light switch right here?
Excuse me, sorry. Where could it be? How about where's the breakers at? Maybe that's how they turn them on.
I think it might be covered up.
Way over here?
Oh, man. Yeah.
Boom, there it is. Fiat Lux. Okay, cool. Table saws.
When you run through this pathway, you're starting with some of those introductory skills, learning how to cut, learning how to measure, building some smaller pieces that you can kind of see over there with, some birdhouses and some different things. Oh, you can see some up here too. But then as you move through the pathway, you're getting into, framing, plumbing, electrical, and making sure that happens.
HVAC,
Yeah,
apparently.
HVAC, all the things, yeah. One of the cool things that we participate in this spring is design build, and
Which they have that down south now too. I think they have the region. They have it both,
They have it in both
down
regions?
south, yeah.
so there's a ton of high schools from all over the northern part of the California that come and they compete and they build a tiny house. And our students compete in that, and it's out on at ARC in their parking lot.
So how do you do that? Like, you guys provide the materials, or everybody brings their own
So
materials?
that competition, they provide the materials. We can
Who's they?
supplement.
CIEF.
That's it. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
California. I don't remember what the acronym is.
Yeah, because we're trying to, we got a bunch of homeless, and we're thinking about tiny homes that you could kind of like
we can connect
will
you.
like move them, you know.
They have a
And
branch in Southern California too. So
I think we would be part of Northern.
Northern. Oh,
Yeah, because
okay.
in Kaiser,
Yeah.
we're
Oh,
Northern.
That's
You
true.
know, and a
Okay.
bunch of stuff we're Northern.
Okay. So yeah, I mean it's a cool competition. It's really like showcases our students' knowledge and work.
Wow,
And we get
wow,
like,
wow.
You think about basketball competitions, but like, why just sports? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
let's
There's
have-
folks that don't do sports that have a
Yeah.
bunch of other skills that,
Let's showcase it.
and you know, some kids don't do basketball. They probably do soccer, probably do something else, but also like to build.
So that competition is run by the Construction Industry Education Foundation.
Ah,
So they're all about like workforce development, and they provide the materials for that competition. But what you do with the tiny houses after that is up to the schools that built them. So when we participated in it before COVID, we actually partnered with a nonprofit that was supporting housing homeless veterans in Sacramento. So we would work with them to place and it's only a shed, so it's like a small, like 12 by 8, like very small.
that's a
shed.
good size.
But we would place them. They would find properties where they would have like a communal space where veterans were living, and would have place them in backyards. So they would have their own spaces. They would have an address to receive their benefits.
Yeah, nice,
You know,
nice.
prescriptions, all that.
Wow.
But they would have a communal house where they had other facilities like kitchen, bathroom, and that kind of thing.
So it would be essentially a veterans village.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So looking to maybe reconnect now after COVID with something like that, because I don't think that nonprofit's doing that anymore. But you know, I know that a lot of schools, they do these sheds or they do practice sheds, and then they partner with other organizations to actually donate or auction those off to help the community.
That's a great idea in terms of competition.
Oh yeah.
Maybe competition within like 5 different high schools, and have them, you know, see who comes up. You know, who could make the greenest tiny home.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because I
Or
mean, you can
something.
take it, solar wiring, everything. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
This thing in here, this is our photography studio. So our
Nice,
students
nice.
are learning Lightroom, they're learning the editing skills that they need, and then they build up into, you know, tons of field trips. They go to Old Town, they go to San Francisco, go to Tahoe, just to be able to
Take
be
pictures.
exposed,
Wow, that's
to
awesome.
different types
I bet you a lot of
things.
students that even they probably don't want to be a photographer, but they want to be able to get
Go
the
to those
trips.
places.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
And probably some of them realize, wait a minute, I do want to be a photographer.
Right, yeah.
And the portraiture class actually provides free senior portraits to all of our graduates.
Wow.
So
Wow.
they do a little
like
mini
next week.
business.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Wow.
like the setup.
The aesthetic. Yeah, isn't it great?
Makes
So-
it look like less of a classroom, you know.
More like a coffee shop, cafe.
Yep.
That's smart. That's smart.
Yeah, make them feel welcomed.
Yeah, usually they have the cafe lights on and these lights are off.
Right, yeah, these are lights
And
don't ever
they're-
come on in here.
Mood lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice painting.
And I think that allowing and encouraging the teachers to really own the space and make it welcoming, comfortable, less sterile classroom. That's been something we've been working on
Yeah,
for over a decade.
Yeah.
And
Less
allowing-
sterile.
Yeah.
I remember, like I remember even my classroom. I had those standard lights. It was in that corner. So then I took out that plastic and I put like I think it was like a red orange.
Oh yeah.
Film over it.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like
To mute it a little bit.
a cozy place.
Elk Grove has a lot of those
Everything
over
else
there,
was just
yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah.
very. But yeah, like just having the space or the ability to create that space is so important.
Well, and for some of our students, they have kind of a bad taste about what school is,
Yes.
right? So then when they come to us and they're like, "Oh, this doesn't look like my old school. This doesn't feel like my old school," they are more willing to come.
Yeah, because the social experience. I was just having a conversation about like even students transition from high school to college, and a lot of them who've never been to college. They would say like, why would I want to do the same thing over again? Get up at 7 and get out at 3 and be this in the selling point. Like no, like the social environment is so different. In high school.
And get treated like I don't belong, which is a lot of the cases out there. Yeah. Cool. All right.
Go back over to the
Yeah.
car to take
Let's go take a selfie with Impala. I'm gonna stop recording for now.